Jake, obviously that third period, a lot of tension there. What do you sort of make about obviously you're in a different position there, but what transpired in front of you?
Yeah, it felt like a playoff game out there. I think we, it's a good battle test for us. Obviously, they're a good team, especially in this building. But it's going to be a bunch of those games coming down the stretch here, almost the second half of the year, where that's going to find ways to win. And I know we split against these guys at home and home here, but we were in a good spot going into the third, and it's just they sort of capitalized on their chances. So felt like a playoff game. I think we can learn some things from it.
I was going to say, what are maybe some of those specific things, especially when you narrow in on that third period?
I think it's just the way they play. I think we just got to simplify our game a little bit. Obviously, we do that. That's the way they play. Sometimes you have to adjust a little bit, and we know we can score. We get a lot of talent in this group. I think just be a little bit patient. But it's a good learning lesson.
For you, obviously, it had been a bit, 9 days or so. How did you sort of feel getting back in there?
Yeah, I felt pretty good. Honestly, I felt pretty good the last couple of games. Just hasn't gone my way, but we're battling out there. It'll come.
Thanks, Jake. Dilly, obviously that third period, a lot of intensity there. What did you kind of make about the way things really unraveled?
Well, it was kind of it was a up and down period. We get the lead we tied up, and then they scored the next shift. Whatever it was, we got the lead, tied it up, whatever it was, and then we kind of gave it right back. And I think that's just a lesson for us. Like, we know the rivalry here, we know the division, back to back. There's not many times during the season where you play the same team twice, let alone in 2 days. So, important points that I think for our group is frustrating that we didn't at least get it to overtime. And I think the positives are we stuck together as a group. It was a physical game. I think for us, we know we can create a little bit more offensively. We did it the night before. And again, we're not going to win every game, but we're going to have to just take the positives. And we might not see these guys for another 4 or 5 months, but it's just frustrating to not get the win, that's for sure.
What did you kind of make about what happened there on the ice with Eric and Orlov, and it just felt like a lot of chaos?
I honestly haven't really seen the play, to be honest.
I guess also like what you were saying is like the way everyone's sort of standing up for each other. You saw multiple moments of that in this game, given the heatedness.
For sure, we're a tight group, man. We're gonna stick up for one another. We're gonna know going into any altercation that 4 other guys are gonna be there for our brother like that. And like I said, it's a fast game out there. There's physicality, there's hits, there's fights, there's stuff after the whistle. And the good thing for us was there was 4 guys in white that were there to stand up for it, and we're never going to back down. And I think for us, we can play the speed skill game, we can play the heavy physical game. We're not going to be intimidated. And I think that's a kudos to our group that we found ways to play any style of hockey this year. And again, just frustrating that we weren't able to at least get 1 point.
Thank you. Paul, before we get to your goal, because I know, it's not always a deal to talk about yourself after a loss, but what did you kind of make of the way that third period unraveled for you guys, and really just the physicality and the intensity that came there?
Yeah, they're a good team. Playoff hockey, that type of game, and obviously they know we're a good team, we know they're a good team. We played them yesterday, so didn't go the way they wanted, and so we knew that they were going to come out with a little extra fire, and that's the way it goes sometimes. I think that there was an injury there that might have been blown out of proportion by the player, and our team didn't like it, so maybe a little extra physical, and they pushed back. So that happens, and they got a couple goals in a row that didn't help us, but ultimately those are the fun games. Those are the games that are physical. Everyone's into it, and I think that's most of the time a game that goes in our favor.
Is it frustrating when you see an opponent before the play even resumes, they're back on the bench?
Yeah,
I don't want to put you in a bad position too, but just
what the
in terms
injury?
of talking, yeah.
No, if you're laying on the ice for that long and a call gets changed to a 5, let's just say most of the time it's a pretty serious thing. So the fact that he was back out there is something that we took into our own hands, and we're a little extra physical. I'm sure he was ready for it because of it, and Yeah, it's pretty frustrating.
For you to be able to get that goal, I know it's something you've been sort of pushing for a while. Does it feel like a sense of relief? Like, how do you sort of manage it? And what were you thinking going in there?
Yeah, I think I have kind of a default move that I've done throughout the year, so just kind of defaulted to it, and luckily it went in. Yeah, there's definitely a breath of fresh air on that one. But, obviously I expect a ton more out of myself, so it's good to get that one done with, but now that little curse is broken, it's hopefully time to get back on the horse.
As a group, what do you hope to sort of take from this third period into, lessons learned?
Yeah, I mean, don't think that went our way. I'm sure there's a couple of things we could have done better, but I think we've been playing really good hockey for the most part and haven't been giving up much. The games before Carolina, there's less than 20 shots for the past couple of games, so we've been playing well. Sometimes you got to tip your hat to a good team, and we'll definitely have some extra fire when we see them next.
Thanks.
Sheldon, obviously not the outcome you wanted here tonight, and I just want to ask you about Jake Allen. He's having kind of a tough stretch right now, 4 straight losses, but he played really well overall here tonight. What did you make of his performance?
Yeah, I thought he played great. Through 2 periods especially, looked like he was maybe a little gassed going into that third, which is a product of the fact that he was overworked through 2 periods. We just gave up too many sequences and too many shots toward our net.
Well, Sheldon, it's a tough way to lose when, not that we want to draw the rest into a game, but it's 2-2. It's 7 minutes into the third period, and you have a call goal against yourself, and then the player that it goes on, Natchez, he comes right back out. It's a situation when you get a major like that. How do you compartmentalize that?
It's a tough one. It's a tough one. Obviously, the refs, when they see it live, don't see anything there. They see it as clean, and they review it because of the guy laying on the ice after the fact, and the guy laying on the ice plays 3.5 of the 5-minute major. So that's a tough one. It's a tough message, for the players. That if you take a big hit, that laying down on the ice has its benefits. But we got to find a way to get that killed. We've done a good job towards the end, but there's moments in the third period here that we just did not manage well at all, and that's how you lose games to good teams.
Well, so do you look at a third period like this as maybe a potential moment for the team to grow and reflect back on a situation where you don't get a call? How do you respond as the game winds down?
Well, there's more to it than that. I mean, we get an elite play to take the lead, in first shift or second shift, whatever it is, the third period. So now we got the lead on the road, and we're in a great spot, and we give it right back to them right away. So, there's little things like that, and then, he goes in alone, basically on a 2-on-1 right after they tie it. We don't parry them. There's little things like that happen, before the penalties and such. I also thought that, the Orlov-Haula, for that one to be 2 minutes each and not us be on the power play after an official escorts their player off the ice, that's a tough one. But, there's little things that happen inside of all of that will take away. Spoils what I thought was a pretty good effort from our guys, all things considered.
We'll open it up to the media.
One of the things that Brenden was saying is in that moment you're talking about Haula and Orlov, just the way no matter what, there's always going to be 4 guys in white around everyone. Do you sense that, that was a big part for these guys too in those moments?
No, the guys were competing, there. Obviously, again, it's another one that to me is a clean hit. Officials saw it that way, and then turns into a big scene, and our guys are there standing their ground, but I don't think there's any penalties on the play at all until Orlov comes back in and comes out at Haula there. So, how Haula gets 2 minutes for that, I don't know, but like how our guys, stuck up for themselves, competed. Maybe we could have used maybe some more of that energy a little bit earlier on in the game, though.
What was it about maybe what they were doing, or you guys, that in those first 2 periods they, managed almost 30 shots on you guys?
They're an elite team. When they get the puck in the zone, they're shooting it from everywhere. So, like I told you guys before, it's play against this team, I don't even look at the shot clock. It's to me not necessarily indicative of the game itself. We're fine. We're up 1-0 and we're up 2-1. Like, we're in a good place in the game. But to me, we didn't get plays killed enough quickly in our zone, which allowed them, to win a few pucks back. And when they do, they're going to get multi-shot shifts or multi-attempts. So have to manage that better. But like I said, there's more than enough things in here that, we did enough to win the game, but we did just enough to lose the game in the third period at different times that ultimately cost us.
Thank you, Sheldon.